Hey everyone, Donna here, and today I'm back in another video with my mom and dad.
Hello.
We were in some videos together back in December. The videos came out in December, and now it's a Q&A video. Thank you so much for all the great questions that I got online. Now my parents are going to answer some of them. Are you ready?
I don't know.
We're ready.
We haven't seen the questions.
We have never seen the questions before.
No. Let's jump right into it with a question that was asked in many different ways and versions. What did you think when I told you, well, Mom, Dad, I'm moving to Europe? Or like, what was your reaction when I told you about my plans to move to Europe? What were the thoughts that went through your mind? What were you thinking? Who wants to go first?
Go ahead, Mom.
Well, as I recall, we were sort of encouraging a move, not a permanent move to Europe. I don't think I ever envisioned you not coming back.
Okay.
But we encouraged you to test it out and to try something new. Clearly, you were at a crossroads in America. You were at a crossroads in your life. And I felt that going to Europe or some other country, I think you were exploring other countries or other areas as well, would be good for you, would kind of open up some opportunities, would give you a fresh look at some paths that maybe you hadn't considered. So I was really excited when you said that you were going to go, and I thought, because the Czech Republic is my parents' homeland. I thought that was exciting.
But you thought I'd be back
Well,
in the US.
I figured you would eventually come, that it would be not a short term, but it would be a not permanent stay, or not as long as it's been. But I was excited about it. I thought it was an exciting opportunity and adventure, and it's one that I didn't have when I was your age.
And Dad, what were the thoughts that went through your mind?
I thought that you had talked about wanting to have an exceptional life, a life of adventure, and it didn't seem that was available to you at home. And so I was surprised a little, but encouraging when you decided to fly to the Czech Republic and have an adventure. And I really didn't think too much about where it would all lead. But I thought it was a very important step for you.
And then, so first I moved from the US to Prague, and then I moved to Germany. So there are some questions about how did you feel when I decided to move to Germany? What were you thinking when I decided to move to Germany? When I told you, did you think I was kidding, or yeah?
Well, no, I don't think you were kidding. So when we came to visit you in July, after you had been here almost a year, you told us about Stefan, and you had already made up your mind that you were going to move to be with him in Munich. Like any father, I had not met Stefan, so I was a little bit nervous about that, how it would end up for you, but I knew you had made a really important decision for yourself to move to Europe when you did, and I trusted that you made the right decision in your life with a life partner.
Ay, ay, ay.
Okay, I guess Mom has
That's
other
not
thoughts.
how I remember it. I don't think it was so smooth.
This isn't truth or dare. Just
That's my dad's answer, and he's sticking to it.
It was with great trepidation
Okay.
that I received that news.
Okay.
We hadn't met Stefan. Even if we had met Stefan, a wonderful young man, but you didn't have employment in Munich, had not yet done, I don't think at that point when we talked to you, like long-term paperwork to move to Munich.
Nope.
And so the whole question as a parent were, how is this going to work? It was with some reservation and trepidation that Mom went, are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you're an adult, so it was not up to us to say yay or nay, and you weren't asking permission.
Yeah.
And so it was not up to us to grant it, but it was with some reservations that I took that news, and I think Dad and I had multiple conversations about,
Yeah.
well, If we have to get on a plane, I guess we get on a plane and go get her, or she comes
If I
home,
need help or-
right, whatever. But it all worked out, and you knew what you were doing, and
Yeah.
we trusted you. But there was a little bit of, we didn't really know at that point what sort of prep work you had done, or what sort of contingency plans you may have made, or
None. No contingency
right.
plans.
And so that caused a little bit of concern on my part. But
I can see that. Now we're really
now these are the
getting
hard
into
questions.
things,
All right.
okay?
Okay.
What do you put on a pancake? What are your favorites?
Oh,
Yeah, that's a big one, you know?
that is a big one. So and it has changed over the years.
Mm-hmm.
I still kind of am a traditionalist. I like maple syrup, but I do like fruit in and on. with the
In
maple.
and on.
We have a system in our house. We have pancakes every Saturday. We take turns with 3 fruits: strawberries, blueberries, and
They
raspberries.
just wanted to know. what you
Raspberries
want.
from our garden.
They don't want our whole.
It's okay.
Saturday.
No,
That's amazing.
this is a great...
and yes, we are lucky that we can get real maple syrup where we live, and a couple of pats of butter makes it a real tasty treat.
How often do we visit one another, and who goes to whom more often?
It's hard to be separated by so many time zones, but we've been very fortunate that we've been able to see Donna and Stefan twice a year pretty much on average. And when we see each other, it's usually for a couple of weeks at a time.
And we take turns.
And we take
Sometimes-
turns.
Yeah.
Sometimes they come to
We're
America.
here
sometimes
now
we come.
in,
Yeah.
Here.
in
In
Prague
Prague.
and visiting. And last trip, you came to us in Fort Collins in the fall.
How difficult is it to keep in contact with family? And were you upset, or did you miss me too much since I moved to Europe?
I would miss you a lot wherever you moved, right? So the U.S. is big, unless you lived down the street.
Which maybe you would like.
I would like.
Yeah.
I would miss you anywhere.
Yeah.
So it is hard, and I do miss you, but the ability to chat and video chat and call certainly makes it much easier. I am lucky in that we are close, and that you and Stefan are close with us, and that we enjoy each other's company. So it is hard to be separated.
Anything
Yeah,
to add?
I'm envious of some families whose children do live down the street, but on the other hand, we wouldn't have seen as much of Europe if you were down the street, and we wouldn't. When you come to visit us, we wouldn't necessarily have gone to national parks and things that you want to see. So when you do come, or when we come here, it's very special because
Yeah.
we're so far apart.
Maybe another emotional one.
Okay.
How does it make you feel when I can't return for birthdays or for holidays, and how do you deal with it?
Well, I mean, first of all, you have returned for some birthdays and holidays, so it's not true to say that you never do. We've had Christmas together. We've had Thanksgiving together. Last year, we were here for Mom's birthday. My birthday's around Christmas, so when we do get together, it's my birthday time too. I would say that we haven't come to visit you, or you haven't visited us on your birthday.
I know, yeah. Actually, since moving to Europe, we have not spent my birthday together, I believe.
I think that's right.
Yeah.
We've done Stefan's.
Yeah, we've had Stefan's.
Right.
But what about if I'm not there for Christmas? Do you...
Well,
It's
again,
not the same without
it's not
you.
the same without you. I tend not to put as many ornaments on the tree.
I would say for me, with my birthday, that is something that is still hard for me. Sometimes, or many birthdays, I think Stefan and I have gone somewhere, because sometimes it's kind of sad for me being in Munich and not having you guys there for my birthday. And so I like when I go somewhere, you know, I'm doing something, because I do. I miss you.
Yeah.
I miss you on my birthday. Yeah, on my birthday. I miss
I think
you.
the hardest one for me that pulls at my heart is not so much that I miss you, right? Although I do, but that when I realize you miss me, right? So
Yeah.
it's not my missing you.
Yeah.
It's when I realize
Okay.
you're missing us.
Yeah, I can see that.
That hurts.
Well, I love spending my birthdays without you, so don't feel bad. All right, let's go a little lighter now here.
Yeah.
Okay, and focusing on Stefan.
Oh.
What were your first impressions of Stefan?
Very polite.
He's polite.
Very caring. Seemed to be in control, know how to get things done, very responsible.
That to me was that he was caring and loving.
What are some of the unexpected benefits or challenges of having a son-in-law from another country?
Well, benefits are that he shows us things about Germany that we wouldn't normally get to see. And when he comes to the States, we get to show him things. I always enjoy when we go to national parks and the beauty that we have in the United States and how he appreciates it.
It's like seeing the world through someone's eyes that is seeing it the first time, like sometimes experiencing things through your children's eyes, right? That getting that joy that someone gets for something the first time. So when he first came to America and in Florida, that being, we'd already lived in Florida for a while, but to experience it now through his eyes was like, oh yeah, this is cool.
Yeah.
This is exciting. The challenges?
Any? Yeah.
The cultures are different. So sometimes we bump into those cultural norms. Usually we laugh about them when we figure,
Yeah. When you realize that happens. Sometimes you don't realize it right away.
Right. But I
And
think
then we
that's the
laugh about
challenge
it.
is that it is a different culture that we're bringing together.
The first time that Stefan came to visit us in Florida, I had to eat some very, very hot wings.
We talked about it in this video here, yeah. Okay, I guess this question I can kind of answer it. It's, do you have siblings? I think that's asking me.
Or is that asking if we have siblings?
I don't know.
You could take it either way.
Well,
you have no siblings.
I don't have siblings. What was Donna like as a child? Big question.
That's it. Yeah, because childhood is a long time. I'm going to go for the toddler years,
Okay.
the 2-year-olds, the 3-year, that kind of area where you were starting to talk and you were starting to be inquisitive. You were energetic.
I don't think anyone is surprised by that answer.
You did like to explore. You created things out of dirt and mud. You were very energetic, and yet at the same time, you were extremely cuddly.
Oh, I like to cuddle.
You wanted to cuddle.
My thoughts about that are that you're in the perfect profession, that when you were a child, you wanted to get people's attention. Yes, and so there were times in your life where you were performing on stage, and you became very animated at those moments. And so we're not surprised that you decided to do these videos because that's really who you are.
Can your parents speak any foreign languages? And then kind of going along with that, do you speak Czech or English ever together? And kind of going along with that, how much Czech did you teach me? And were you happy when I moved to Prague? So let's start with the languages thing. Languages, Dad, what languages have you ever learned?
Je parle français un petit peu.
And in English?
I speak very little French from high school.
And you studied a little bit as an adult.
And I did study it as an adult for about a year. And if I were to go to France on vacation, I think I'd be able to manage.
So I spoke Czech as a child in the family because Bubby lived with us when you were little.
My grandma.
Your grandma. We did speak, Bubby and I spoke Czech. I didn't actively teach it to you.
Yeah.
And I think for a couple of reasons. One, by that time, my Czech was fairly rusty, even though Bubby lived with us. But we did teach you, we taught you the songs and we taught you the little hand games and we read little books to you. So you did know it, but we didn't. It's not like you were
I couldn't say
bilingual.
lots of full sentences or anything like that. I could just do some poems.
But I think you had the accent. I think when you did move to Prague, you had the ear and you had the accent. So now that we are coming here more often, it's been many, many years after my parents died. I didn't have anyone to speak Czech with. I'm trying to find it
Yeah,
again.
and you've been doing really great on this trip. She's been making dinner reservations in Czech and talking to people. It's really awesome. And when I moved to Prague, was that special for you that I moved to the Czech Republic?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think my parents would have liked to have had the opportunity and lived long enough to be able to move back. I had long wanted to visit, but the opportunity was not there. So that you were the first one, sort of out of our immediate family to make it back was, I was very proud.
It was special.
It was special.
This question is lovely. Ask them if they're proud of you, just so that everyone can go, "Aw," when they say yes. So, are you proud of me?
We're very proud of you. The videos are wonderful because we get to hear your views about things or things that are important to you that we might not hear otherwise. But the idea of starting the YouTube channel and creating the videos and then the book and future books as they relate to that, all is a very well thought out plan, and that makes me very proud.
I'm proud, obviously, of what you're doing, but mostly that, I'm going to cry,
it's okay.
but mostly that as a mother and as a parent, that we have raised a very autonomous, strong, self-confident woman. And what more, I mean, there is, I can know that there is nothing that life will throw at you that you can't handle, because you have shown that you are very capable and aware, and that is one, a very good feeling for a parent because we don't have to worry, and two, it's wonderful.
Thank you so much.
So proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Maybe it's something for another video. That's amazing to hear you say that. I don't always feel self-confident, you know? Sometimes I feel really not confident, but I guess sometimes everyone
does not always feel self-confident.
Okay. What did you basically think, I guess, when I said, I'm going to start a YouTube channel?
I didn't know what to think. I probably didn't even know what YouTube was, and I surely didn't know how you could make a living doing what you were doing. So when people would ask, so what does your daughter do? And I'd say, she has a YouTube channel, and I don't know how she's making money, but she seems to be able to. And so,
the same thing. We went, okay. I don't know that I thought good or bad. I just was like, okay, and explain it to me, and we watched it evolve. And
And you watch my videos?
We do
every week.
We do.
What do you think is the most important thing to teach your child or your children?
I say to be independent and to think for themselves.
I would say that. I would also add compassion, the understanding and consideration of differences in people, and accepting.
So this one, I think you're going to laugh when you hear this. Did you ever seriously think about stopping her from moving to Europe?
1, 2, 3... No.
And
Never
could you
did.
have?
Yes.
Okay.
But no.
You think you could have stopped me?
Yes.
You think you would have stopped her?
Yes.
No.
I think we could have told her all horror stories about it, but no, I never thought of it.
I don't know that we could have stopped her, because a lot of times when Donna gets an idea, she's going to carry it through. But no, it never occurred to me to stop you. And in fact, I think one of the other questions that I just sensed that you needed to open yourself up to a new world.
1, 2, 3. So I'm alone here.
Thank you all for watching.
So
Let's start over. 1, 2, 3. So our question for you is. Have you ever thought of moving abroad? And if so, where?
Please let us know in the comments below.
Thanks again for watching.
Thank you so much for watching.
Auf Wiedersehen.
First, until next time. Okay.
Do you notice who's driving the train on this? Daddy just took over.
We need cue cards. I like this. I might start my own.
You're going to start your own YouTube channel? Okay.
It's the Dad Show.
The Dad Show. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for joining me in this video. There's more videos over here that you can check out, and there's some more fun stuff down here. You know, we've got Wanted Adventure t-shirts. My dad has one. He's not wearing it right now, but he did wear it on the trip. Anyway, and yeah, so that's basically it. Now we're just gonna say, until next time,
Auf Wiedersehen.